Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by Bottled and Bond. Just a quick PSA for those of you that own a bar. Maybe yours looks a whole lot more luxurious than this trashy thing that I have set up here, but quick PSA for those of you guys that do own a bar and do have a decent amount of a collection of bottles that you're not necessarily going to drink right away. One of the things that you should pay attention to is preventive maintenance. PMs, right? Preventive maintenance requires you to get a hold of your good whiskeys, because we all know that cheap whiskeys, their lives don't matter, so don't worry. But the good whiskeys deserve a good PM. And the easiest and quickest PM that you can provide to your whiskey is a quick 1-2 step. Grab your whiskey, tip it upside down, ensuring that the liquid inside, the glory, the nectar of the gods that is inside of this bottle, touches the cork. Of course, you don't have to do this with screw caps, but if it does have a cork, make sure that it touches the cork for maybe just a few seconds, and then turn it back around. This will ensure two things. It will ensure that your cork does not dry out and just go straight into the bottle and completely ruin the whiskey. But it also ensures that you are not storing your whiskey. This is a cheap whiskey, let me put it back. That you are not storing your whiskey with liquid touching it like sideways. This is a cheap whiskey, let me put it back. Also, if there is a synthetic cork, it does not matter. This is for the true and real cork. Corks that are inside of a whiskey bottle. So if your whiskey bottle does have a real cork, tip it upside down just for a few seconds. Call it maybe 5. We'll go with 5. I like the number 5. And then just tip it back over. Now what I just did there is tip it over while it's still in this container. Not really recommended. But if it does have a good cork, right? And this one's pretty dry. So, like I said, just tip it over. Let it touch. Let the nectar of the gods touch that dry, airy cork. And then just tip it back. You don't want to wet the cork to the point that it starts getting all mildewy and wet and nasty. And you also don't want to let it dry out to where it breaks up. So go ahead, grab your good whiskeys, the ones that have corks, and tip them over. Do it a good justice, service, whatever you want to call it. And also, if you have a decanter, go ahead and mix that decanter around. Mix those liquids right in there so you know for a fact you have a good spirit in there. That's actually not a PSA. That's just me talking trash. Thank you guys so much for coming over to Bottled and Bond and watching this quick PSA to maintain your whiskeys and ensure that every dram that you pour is immaculate. Cheers.